revolutionized dairy farming. Fast Milk gives us the tools to provide high quality standard of milk, making sure our equipment is all well taken care of, make sure that those animals are housed and cared for appropriately. They continue to push us with their standards to make sure that it just gets better and better.
Not the outcome the Moose Jaw Warriors were looking for, but a gutsy effort from the Lethbridge Hurricanes leads to a 3-2 shootout victory for Lethbridge here tonight in this one, as the Warriors battle hard through the first 40 minutes, but Lethbridge, the hungrier team in that third period, as they scored twice in the third to tie the game up and then win this one in a shootout. I'm Marc Smith. This is the IKS Media Warriors live post-game show, and we got plenty to go over. We will eventually hear from Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary. We'll have your 3 stars of the hockey game, the Connexus save of the night, and we'll recap the out-of-town scoreboard. But first, let's take a look at the game scoring summary. And it was the Warriors, after a scoreless opening period, as the Warriors who got on the board first. Matthew Savoy's 28th of the season at 11:58 to open the scoring for Moose Jaw. Nice play set up by Wojtek Port, and then a nice patient play from Matthew Savoy to get his 28th of the season, opening the scoring. That's how the score stayed through the second period. And then early in the third, Warriors shorthanded, and Braden Yager and Jagger Furcus hook up for a great goal. Furcus with a nice lead pass to Yager. His 32nd of the season, coming at 1:33 into that third period, giving the Warriors a 2-0 lead early on, and looked like momentum was on their side, but the Hurricanes dug down deep and came battling back. At 6:53, Braden Edwards gets his 27th of the season from Dylan Sidor and Logan Wormold. And then Sidor, with his 26th of the year at 14:03, ties the game up. Noah Chadwick and Logan McCutcheon with the assists on that one. Sidor with the tip in front of the net, leading to that goal for the Lethbridge Hurricanes. That's tied the game up at 2. And that's how we went into overtime. Both teams with chances in the extra frame, but neither side able to break through. Warriors had some really good looks, but couldn't find a way to beat Brady Smith and the post. And we went to a shootout. In the skills competition, the Warriors miss on chances from Matthew Savoy, Jagger Furcus, and Denton Matejchuk. Logan Wormold scores in the opening shot for the Lethbridge Hurricanes, and that was the difference. Dimitri Fortin did stop Noah Chadwick to give Denton Matejchuk a chance to send it to keep the shootout going, but he was stopped by Brady Smith. And the Lethbridge Hurricanes come into Moose Jaw and pick up a big 3-2 shootout victory over the Warriors here tonight. Shots on goal in this hockey game, 30-28 in favor of the Warriors, but it was 11-5 in the first period for Moose Jaw, and then Lethbridge outshooting the Warriors 10-9 in the second and 10-8 in the third, and then 2 shots on each side in the overtime period. Power play opportunities, Moose Jaw going 0 for 2 with the man advantage, while Lethbridge was 0 for 1 with the Warriors getting that short-handed goal early in the third period on Lethbridge's only power play attempt. So Warriors falling in this one 3-2 in a shootout to the Lethbridge Hurricanes. Let's take a look at your 3 stars of the hockey game. Your third star was Dylan Sidor with a goal and 2 points for Lethbridge, including the game-tying goal there in the third period. He is your third star. First star, Matthew Savoy, had a great game again for the Warriors. Gets his 28th of the season. He's your second star. And first star, no doubt about it, is Brady Smith with 28 saves, and then 3 more in the shootout. He was the difference maker for the Lethbridge Hurricanes in this game, and he was the big part of them coming away with that victory here in this one tonight. So Brady Smith is your first star of the hockey game here tonight. Let's head down to the Warriors locker room, where I'm being joined by head coach Marc O'Leary after tonight's game. And Coach, a tough one here for the team, where you guys had a lot of momentum through the first two periods, and to start that third, getting that 2-goal lead. But Lethbridge looked like the hungrier team down the stretch and were able to claw their way back and win this one in a shootout. I guess your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, it was disappointing, to tell you the truth. I think we had some passengers tonight playing against Lethbridge. You know, it's going to be hard along the walls and inside home plate. And I just thought there was some guys that weren't willing to do what it takes in those areas. And I think it was a learning experience for us in terms of what it's going to look like around playoff time. And those are certainly some areas that we need to get more comfortable in. And I know we will.
In the first two periods, it seems like you guys were able to generate a lot of chances inside and were really getting some good looks. Brady Smith obviously making some big saves, but Lethbridge seemed to tighten up as the game went on, and then were able to kind of generate some stuff offensively as the game went on as well. How did you see that playing out?
Yeah, I thought for most of the night they did a real good job, collapsing in front of their net. I thought early on in the game we were a little bit stubborn to shoot the puck, and we played around the outside, or a little bit perimeter. But I thought we started to generate some opportunities playing off the shot, and we had some guys willing to get inside for second opportunities. But I think later on in the game, we stopped checking a little bit, lost our depth in the offensive zone, gave a little bit too much up off the rush. But in saying all that, we still did some good things and generated scoring chances that, a lot of nights in the past 10 games here, we were scoring on those. So you're going to run into games like this where the puck's not going in like it has been, but it's where you have to double down on doing things firm, doing things hard, and taking care of the other areas.
Dimitri Fortin getting his second start in the past few games. How'd you feel he performed in net? It seems like he's starting to get more comfortable here as this year's gone on.
Yeah, Dimitri was good tonight. I think those are hard games for goaltenders too. We talk about the other end, how hard Lethbridge is to. They make it hard to get inside, but they're hard and heavy in the offensive zone as well. They shoot a lot of pucks from up top, and there's traffic in front. And I thought Dimitri did a real good job of working to see through that traffic and making sure he was there for any second opportunities. And that was a good game for him. It's too bad we couldn't get him to win.
Nice to have a week to regroup and get ready for a big 3-3 next weekend.
Yeah, we'll take the practice when we can get it. We'll have some opportunities to give the guys some rest too, and it's a big point today. So it's disappointing not to get two, but we'll take the one certainly at this time of year. And again, another big week for us. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining me, Coach, and good luck coming up next week.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you to Warriors head coach Marc O'Leary for joining us here on the post-game show. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, have your Connexus save of the night, as well as the out-of-town scoreboard to wrap things up. That's next on IKS Media Warriors Live.
Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more and more and more and more. Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more. Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more and more and more and more. Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more. And more and more and more and more and more. And more and more and more and more and more and more and more. Yeah!
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center, going through the Warriors 3-2 shootout loss to the Lethbridge Hurricanes here tonight. I'm Marc Smith. This is the IKS Media Warriors Live post-game show. Let's take a look at the Connexus save of the night, and it was one that the Warriors goaltender Dimitri Fortin got a little help from a couple of buddies. Scramble play in front. Fortin kind of slides out of the net, and Martin Rysavy and Kalen Parker team up to make sure that puck doesn't go into the net, and that is your Connexus save of the night there for Kalen Parker getting that one, as Dimitri Fortin had some good stops in this game, but this one eventually also the play goes back the other way a couple seconds after this, and the Warriors get the opening goal of the night. So that is your Connexus save of the night. To wrap things up, let's take a look at the SAS Lottery's out-of-town scoreboard. 10 games in total in the Western Hockey League here tonight. Let's run through those ones. Big win for the Prince Albert Raiders over the Medicine Hat Tigers, 8-3 up in Prince Albert. The Art Hauser Center, I imagine, was rocking for that big victory for the Prince Albert Raiders. The Saskatoon Blades have a narrow 1-0 lead on the Edmonton Oil Kings late in the third period. Easton Armstrong with the goal to break up the scoreless tie in that game. The Swift Current Broncos have doubled up the Brandon Wheat Kings 6-3. That game is a final now in Swift Current. The Red Deer Rebels out in front 4-1 on the Calgary Hitmen. That game after 2 periods of play. Kamloops Blazers leading the Kelowna Rockets 3-2. That game after 2 periods of play. Portland has a 3-1 lead on Wenatchee. That game also after 2 periods. The Prince George Cougars rolling, getting 4 in the first period, 2 in the second. They're out in front 6-1 on Vancouver after 2. Spokane has a 4-0 lead on Seattle late in the second period. And Victoria leading Everett 2-1. That game also after 2 periods of play. Moving over to the National Hockey League, the Buffalo Sabres knocking off the Edmonton Oilers 3-2 in a shootout. Crazy ending to that game. Buffalo scores in overtime. The play is reviewed after both teams go to the locker room. Eventually they come back out. It's overturned, finish the game, finish OT, and then go to a shootout where the Sabres do eventually pick up the win. The Panthers knocking off the Flames 5-1. The Ottawa Senators falling 2-1 in San Jose to the Sharks. The Montreal Canadiens, Toronto Maple Leafs beating the Montreal Canadiens 3-2 tonight as well. And the late game is the Winnipeg Jets and Vancouver Canucks. Vancouver out to an early 2-0 lead in that one after late in the first period of the late game on Hockey Night in Canada. So the Warriors get a point. I do believe that clinches home ice advantage in the first round of the playoffs for the Warriors as well. So a big point here tonight. Not the 2 points the team was looking for, but still points in 8 straight games now for the Moose Jaw Warriors, and a big set of games coming up next week as the Warriors will have a home-and-home with the Saskatoon Blaze, the top 2 teams in the Eastern Conference going toe-to-toe. The first game will be in Saskatoon next Friday, and then back here in downtown Moose Jaw next Saturday for the second half of that home-and-home. Then the Warriors will head into Regina next Sunday to finish up the 3 games in 3-night stretch. And then only 2 games in the regular season after that, a Thursday trip to Brandon, and then finally awards night on March 23rd here in downtown Moose Jaw. So make sure, get your tickets for the final 2 home games of the regular season. They're going to be great ones, and the Warriors looking to finish the regular season strong here heading in to the 2024 playoffs, where they will have home ice advantage in the first round after picking up the point here tonight. So Warriors falling 3-2 in a shootout to the Lethbridge Hurricanes. Thanks for tuning in on IKS Media Warriors Live.